Since the safe haven law went into effect, the majority of the cases have been older children. Some lawmakers have said the law needs to change to specify age. But do you think that this may be a red flag, that there's a larger problem and that these older children need some sort of protection as well?
Well, yeah, I think older children certainly need protection, but that's not what a safe haven law is about. And, you know, if we had a little bit better representation, and I'm not talking about Grand Island, but better representation statewide that understood legislative schemes and how the law works and the definition of child in Nebraska, this wouldn't have occurred. The problem is we have amateurs trying to make law. We have people that don't know the law making law. And yeah, it's a big thing that we have to have the safe haven, but it's not designed the way they wrote it. HHS is the better place to take care of the older children, foster care, and so forth. It isn't the safe haven law that's the answer to that.
I agree with Mr. Neuhaus. We don't need amateurs making laws, which is the reason that this would never have happened if there was a former hospital CEO in the legislature. It wouldn't have occurred. In fact, I was advocating against the parameters of this law last year at about, I'd say 6 months ago, because you could see it coming. The older children may need components of social service directed their way, and there are some initiatives underway at the state level, but right now we have to set an age. For those of us who worked in healthcare, it was predictable that the ERs would become a refuge for people who finally decided they'd had it as parents. And heaven knows a lot of us has reached that stage during our lives at some times. But the ERs are overcrowded and handling a host of problems they do not need to also become child protective services. I think a lower age, that lower age could be the age that a child starts schooling, might be an appropriate level, that or even younger.
This is more of a personal question more than anything. If you died today and went to heaven, what would God say about how you lived your life on earth?
I think God would say that he rolled up his sleeve, he got involved. I think God would line up a number of individuals that I've worked with over the years who have been employees of mine, employees not necessarily who were physicians or vice presidents, but employees who were, in fact, housekeepers and cafeteria staff, and say you treated them the same. It made no difference. I believe he would say that when the time came for you to make important decisions in your life, you didn't focus on money. You focused on what was important to your community and important to mankind. Thank you for that question.
What God would say to me is thank you for being pro-life, for contributing to pro-life causes, for always voting that way, and for representing him in the legislature on that issue. I think he'd also thank me for raising two great sons and being a good citizen. I think he'd thank me for getting involved in my community and for agreeing to run for the legislature. Hopefully, I'll be seeing him, and I can thank him for the blessings he's given me. Thank you.
Do you feel that the legislature should take action to ensure the future of horse racing in Nebraska? If so, what can the unicameral do?
No, I don't think Nebraska should ensure horse racing. Horse racing, other forms of gambling, it's all entertainment. And I think you have to compete for that entertainment dollar. You know, we don't still support buggy factories. We don't still support a lot of things that we've had in the past. And as much as I like Hunter Park, as much as I like to go to the races, I don't think it should be a tax-supported entity. I don't think that they should get involved. I think if Honor is going to make it, they're going to make it like a business. And just like any other entertainment purveyor is going to make it.
I am not in favor of expanded gambling. We have been blessed with Honor Park for years and years. Honor has done wonderful things for this community, gifted millions and millions of dollars back to this community. But Honor Park is controlled locally. It has a local board of directors with the community's best interest in place. My concern about expanded gambling is I do not think expanded gambling can be successful or will come to town without outside influences and outside investors. Big money, probably from outside the state, and we lose our local control. We lose it to businesses that do not have the community's best interest in mind. They have the business's best interest in mind, and so we lose the fonder touch. That I don't believe is good for our community, and therefore I do not support expanding gambling.
Do you agree with the state offering in-state tuition to illegal immigrants?
I do not. I do not think that state tax dollars should go to support people who are breaking the law. And families that are here illegally are breaking the law. It's not drawing a fine line, it's legal reality. Clearly, there are challenges here with illegal immigration that need to be dealt with. They need to be dealt with employers. I have been an employer. I know you can hire legally. It is possible. We need to help employers on issues of illegal immigration by giving them the opportunity to verify documentation. Right now, the verification process is not good. If that does not occur, then we need to penalize those employers for the work that they have done, bringing illegal immigrants, subsidizing illegal immigrants in this community. I am not in favor of using taxpayers' dollars to support illegal immigration.
No, I do not agree with the state. I think that I agree with Mr. Gloor on this issue. We have illegals, and by law, they're not entitled to state funds in any way, shape, or form. But they receive them. They receive them, you know, with lowered tuition. Most schools have a don't ask, don't tell policy. If they go to a publicly supported hospital, and I don't know any that aren't, they receive care, they receive benefits. If they go to charities and receive, who are 501c3s and don't have to pay tax, the taxpayer's actually paying for that benefit. So even though I don't think we should give them in-state tuition, and that's your question, they're getting so many benefits anyway that I'm not sure that tuition is the thing that's keeping them here.